A very good morning to all of you. I am Life Coach Dr. Uttam, and my topic of the video today is Feel More Optimistic. There are hundreds and thousands and lakhs of men and women throughout the world who feel very pessimistic. We all know what are the side effects of being a pessimistic. There are several health hazards related to being a pessimist. At the same time, one of the biggest drawbacks of being a pessimist is that you do not become successful in life. So, what are some of the ways in which you can become an optimistic guy or a gal? So, in this video, I'm going to talk about 7 different ways in which you can learn to be more optimistic. Now, let's go on to the first one. Remember that life teaches us that this too will pass. Now, let me tell you something very clearly. Uh, Whenever we go through a bad phase, we tend to think that this bad phase will never end. But as you probably know, that life moves around in circles. That is happiness and sadness, pleasure and pain, dark and light, black and white, and so on. So after a dark phase, there is a bright phase. Again, after a bright phase, there is a dark phase, and so on and so forth. That is what makes life beautiful. Please remember that. Now, coming on to the second point, which will make you optimist. Dispute thoughts that a present adversity is hopeless or permanent. Now, this is something which is an extension of the first point which we already made, but there is more to it. Describe the causes of your pessimism on a sheet of paper. Next to each cause, document the evidence that it is real and not imagined. For each real cause, write down at least one way to counteract it. Now, this is very important that you write down on a sheet of paper the causes of your pessimism and try to identify whether the cause is real or imaginary. If it is real, try to find out one solution for it. So, for example, if you're very pessimistic that in the forthcoming interview also you will not succeed, see how you can succeed through better preparation, through meeting people, through trying mock interviews, and so on and so forth. Now, coming on to the third point, share your concerns with people you love. Talk through problems with them, let them help you. There are some people in this world who want to keep all their problems to themselves. No wonder that these people never find any solutions to their problems. So, you will share your problems with people whom you love and also with people who you think are better off than you, knowledge wise, experience wise, who can help you. So, share your problems with them. Coming to point number 4 or tip number 4. When you feel yourself slipping, talk yourself out of despair. And now there should be a ready affirmation every time you feel every time you feel pessimistic or sad or depressed. There should be a go-to affirmation. So I'm going to give you a go-to affirmation and try to remember that. And every time you sink into depression or into despair or into sadness, you have to just say STOP, stop, and then say this. Optimism is pouring in through every pore of my skin. Every single time you feel depressed, you are going to do this. Coming to tip number 5. Recognize that 2 common causes of pessimism are fear and hate. This is very important. The most common causes of pessimism are fear and hate. If you fear something, you tend to be very pessimistic about it because you think that that fear will overtake you and you will not be able to manage that fear. So that makes you pessimistic. And also when you hate something or you hate someone, and that is when you tend to become pessimistic. So if you really want to be optimistic, you'll have to work on these two very I would say complicated emotions of fear and hate. In case if you are not able to work on your own, you should seek the help of a life coach for this. Coming to tip number 6. Distract yourself from depressing thoughts. Every time you catch yourself complaining, quickly immerse yourself in an activity that will take your mind off the troubling subject, which means you should have a list of hobbies ready at your hand or by your side. So every time there is a depressing thought or you have sunk into depression, you will immediately start following your hobby or do something very different from what you are doing. And finally, coming to the seventh tip, that is keep bleak news in perspective. This is very, very important. If you are a pessimistic person, please, please, please avoid news channels of every kind. If you are in India, you may want to watch Doordarshan News because that is a very balanced way of presenting news. It is neither exaggerated nor underplayed, and it is put into proper perspective and also projected and displayed in proper perspective. If you look at the popular news channels, most of them are always talking about negative events. So if you're already a negative person, that will only add to your negativism and it will only add to your misery. So just make sure that you keep away from negative news, also keep away from negative people, and also try to keep yourself away from negative situations. So I am very, very sure that if you follow these 7 tips of mine, you are very, very likely to become optimistic, and the change will show from day 7. So I would now request you to like, share, and subscribe to this video, and do not forget to share this video to all your friends, to all your relatives, to all your known people who you think are pessimistic and need to be optimistic. Bye bye and have a nice day.